Smith from absolutesoulsecrets.com, and I'm here to do your tarot astrology for 2020. What a big year it is. So much going on at the moment. We have a lot of Capricorn energy with 5 different planets happening in there at the moment, and there are 6 eclipses this year. So I'm going to go through, do a little bit of astrology for you first, and then some a psychic channeling, if you like, and some tarot. So here we go with the astro. Big focus this year on your work, your career, and this is a kind of big picture type career that I'm talking about, not just your everyday work. It's the big concepts, the abstract concepts. If you're doing work at the moment where you don't really feel like your heart's in it, you feel like perhaps you could be doing more, this is the year where you're likely to change jobs. There's also a lot going on in your 4th house, which is home and family. And on the zodiac wheel, they're opposite each other. So there's likely to be a bit of toing and froing this year between your work or your career, what you really want to do, versus your responsibilities at home. And you're going to have to weigh up what really fits in your life, because sometimes you're not going to get that balance exactly right, you know. So 10th of January has a lunar eclipse in Cancer, okay, in your 4th home. So there could be times when emotions are running very high with Cancer. So just do try to stay calm around the 10th of the month. And just quickly on that point, just after that, the 12th, Saturn conjuncts Pluto, and that's in your 10th house. So you might find that you have work commitments and home commitments at the same time, and something's got to give because you can't do both. I'm just getting the vibe too that some of you will change home. There's major activity around your actual physical home where you live, and some of you will even change city because it's very strong. I can just feel it, where this question of responsibility and having to work and your home life can sometimes conflict. You may go to change city but find that your children don't want to go, or your wife doesn't want to go, or your husband doesn't want to go, or whatever. But whichever way it goes, there will be transformation in your career so that you're doing something that is more in alignment with your soul. Also, it's not just your career, it's your reputation is involved. Maybe it's online, or maybe it's just your reputation precedes you and people have heard of you because of the good work you do. So you might have a bit of a name for yourself with a bit of a following. So that's another element that you have to, bear in mind when making these decisions. With Saturn and Pluto, you could find that letting go of the past, letting go of something, closing a door so you can open a new door comes up. It might be that the Pluto energy destroys your old life so that a new life can begin. And while I'm saying that, I'm actually seeing like a vision, even with my eyes open, I'm actually seeing a vision of eggs. So new eggs, new life, new growth. Of course, it's better not to keep all your eggs in the one basket. If you can sort of divvy it up a little bit so that you're not taking a huge risk, but you're still taking a risk, that would be good. Okay, so March 22nd to July 2nd, Saturn moves into Aquarius in your 11th house. Now, 11th house is all about your friends and your connections, and this could be connections in relation to your work as well, not just personal connections. There's sort of like a little bit of a detachment with Aquarius there. Perhaps you haven't had enough time to maintain the friendships that the way you would like to, and you might be pressed for time. So Aquarius likes to sort of look at the big picture, not get bogged down too much, in detail. You may need to let go of some friends or some connections in order to proceed with this really major big step that you're about to take. And April 4, I can't even read my own writing. It looks like the chickens have got onto my diary here and just scratched. I think, it's April 4 until June 20. And then November, it's 3 dates. April 4, June 20, November 12th. So this is when Jupiter and Pluto are conjunct, and it's going to be, again, the same sort of theme in that Jupiter wants you to expand your life. Jupiter wants you to have a job with the pay that's commensurate with your abilities. Jupiter wants this big expansion, and also Pluto is sort of caught up in, it's what they call a transpersonal planet. It's caught up in karma, caught up in stuff that's not even related to this life. So unexpected things can come up that you didn't know about because it's not to do with this life. It's karma. So karma can be positive and negative, in that sometimes you just get unexplained positive things that happen, and sometimes it's just like death, so you're saying goodbye to your old life so that you can start a new life. A new chapter begins. Okay, so, and this might cause you to crave stability and to crave safety, so it's important to make yourself as stable and safe as you possibly can during all of these changes. May 13 to June 25, Venus is retrograde in Gemini. This could affect your relationships, in that things may go quiet. It might feel like a relationship is going backward in some way, or perhaps you're just so busy that you haven't got enough time to put into relationships. It sort of fits in with what I was saying before about you don't have the energy to maintain some friendships, but of course the important ones will stand the test of time. You may also find some old friends or lovers from the past coming back too, because Venus is going back. So it's not a bad thing, but it's not a really exciting period in terms of your relationships either. Okay, so June 21st, solar eclipse in Cancer in the 4th, and July 5th, lunar eclipse in the 10th house. Same theme again between home and family. There's transformation, there's upheaval, and new beginnings. That same thing of what is my responsibilities? Have I got time to look after this at home when I'm changing job, or I've got so much happening at work? I also get like this thing, I keep getting this vibe of safety. It's really important to play it safe, okay? And do also be careful with authority figures, that you play by the rules, that you don't step out of line or anything. Do everything properly throughout the whole year. I was going to say during this period, but throughout the whole year. Slow and steady growth. September 9th to November 13th. Now, Mars is your ruler, and it's retrograde now in your first house. So you could be feeling a little bit flat during this time, like you don't have a lot of energy. And I think rather than trying to push yourself to keep going, it's best to take some time out, have some R&R, because it's just quiet time. You need to maybe reflect over all of the changes in your life. So November 30 sees a lunar eclipse in your 3rd house. A lunar eclipse likes to transform and change, but it's more inner change. And 3rd house could be all about your study, your local area, or siblings. And it's there's a lot of thinking going on, a very sort of mental energy, and it's messages in general. So you might be starting to think about these changes, and then you'll put them into practice later on. And so, do a course, maybe more messages or more errands in your local community, getting out and about and learning, especially if you've moved this year. You might be like looking to get out and learn what is around your area, what activities you can do, go and see the tourist sites or whatever. So December 17th, Saturn then goes into your 11th. 20th of December, Jupiter into your 11th, and 21st, Jupiter can join Saturn again in your 11th. So that's all about your connections, and Jupiter wanting to expand your life and make new connections. So you may have moved, and then you're looking at meeting new people. If you haven't moved, you might be thinking about dropping a group or dropping connections over here so that you can, start new connections somewhere else, basically. Let's have a look at the tarot for you now and see what comes up. And I have shuffled these cards, but I'll give them a quick shuffle again. Awesome, Aries. Okay, I'm going to pick 5 cards for the month, for the year. And so think of each card as, like roughly 2 and a bit months. And we'll go with the first part of the year, card number 1. And we come up with the Page of Pentacles. Okay, so this is good news about your finances and your possessions. Action needs to be taken, and with that you're likely to have an increase in money, or some good news happens that you're not expecting. Something hidden comes up, but you're okay with it, and it's sort of adding to the ideas that you already have, and sort of like a confirmation. So that's like January, February into March, that kind of energy. Good unexpected news on a physical level. Your possessions or your money supply increases in some way. Okay, March, April, May. March, April, May. Yeah, that's right. March, April, May. And we're going to go with this one, which is a Star card. This is beautiful. This is about sending your hopes and dreams out into Spirit. And Spirit hears what you're saying. See up the top here? She's sending the messages out, the prayers for what she wants. And there's also water here, so being in touch with the emotions, and there's the ocean. And you can see she's wearing, now I think on your monitor it may look blue, but it's actually green and blue together, which is all about the heart and the throat coming together. She's kneeling on the ground here, so she's being quite practical whilst she's in touch with her emotions and while she's communicating with Spirit. This card indicates eventual success. It may not happen overnight, but it will happen. It's like a teenage girl or a young woman, and it represents all the potentiality of what could be in your dreams, basically, what you can make physical, what you can manifest in your life. I'm definitely getting the vibe of more money around this time, that there's opportunities, and you need to take action, of course, to avail yourself of those opportunities. Okay, May, June, July, and we're coming up with the Empress. This is a great card. It's symbolizes motherhood and nurturance. Okay, so if you want to be pregnant in this time period, the energy is likely to be with you. Action needs to be taken. Obviously, it's not going to be an immaculate conception. This could also be a grandmother energy, and so you may find your family, someone in your family has a baby, or the family grows in some way, and there's a lot of nurturing that's required. Somebody could come into your family that has had a very particularly hard time. Maybe one of your kids has a friend or something like that. There's also the sense of confidence, self-esteem, credibility, authenticity, because she's wearing yellow here, which is symbolizing the solar plexus. Solar plexus is like the chakra which relates to the father, and in this case sometimes it's a single woman who doesn't have a male partner, and so this is about finding your own masculine self, which is very necessary for all women to do. And if you're sort of my age, you know, you get more in touch with your male side, and that gives you a whole new world of possibilities to, you know, where you can actually wield the power that goes with that. So this is a fantastic card. Life is likely to be very generous, affectionate, nurturing. People come to you, they're attracted by your presence. It's like you're radiating these qualities, and they need it too in today's world. June, July, August, September. We're up to July, August, September for awesome Aries. July, August, September. Now with the dates, you know, timing's really quite difficult because in spirit there's no such thing as time. So I'm just giving you approximations of the months. Okay, and here we go with the Ten of Wands. It may have, I'm getting the sense of moving, a lot of people relocating with this card, even though it doesn't really indicate that usually in the normal tarot, but that's what I'm getting. Now, the Ten of Wands, you could have been inspired to do something and now you're at the end of the cycle. Like if you've moved, it's like finally you've settled in and got your house looking okay, or got your things unpacked, or done some renovations. This is the end of a cycle after a period of hard work. Okay, if you've started a new job, it's like you're fitting in, you finally understand what you're supposed to be doing. So hard work is involved. You can see she's got like a trailer there that she's been pulling along, and the trailer is full of baseball bats, which suggest action. She's wearing green and there's a lot of green in the background, so growth and opportunity. It's actually more green than what it looks in the monitor. This is definitely green. So money could be involved, but certainly growth and opportunities up to September. Okay, and now looking at October, November, December, sort of looking at that now and seeing what we come up with for awesome Aries in 2020. No, that's the one I want. And it's the Four of Pentacles. So again, about your possessions and your money. And you see those coins down in the front there indicating change, but also money. So the money is finally coming in. It's like a change of job that's given you more money, and you're getting more organized. This lass here is sitting on a rock with rocks up the side and an eagle at the top. So a sense of freedom coming through. You can see the light at the end of the tunnel now. The rocks is all about the work you've had to do, the challenges you've had to face, and you have faced them. She actually has like a rock slate in front of her, but it actually looks like the top of a laptop. And so maybe she's been doing a little bit of, or a lot of online work to get where she is today. So that is about work, possessions, money, and getting somewhere. In numerology, work is also symbolized by the number 4. So it feels like a similar energy to me in that respect. So we have a Wands, 2 Pentacles, and 2 major arcana for you, awesome Aries. Now I'm just going to close my eyes to see what I can see for you in 2020, Aries 2020. Okay, I've got a clamshell in front of me and it's just slowly starting to open up. This year represents so many opportunities, and I'm wondering if inside there is it's maybe not a clam, maybe there's a pearl in there for you. It's opening very slowly. So this is the world of possibilities. I sense that there's a pearl in there. The picture's now changed. They're showing me painting brushes, as in doing art, painting a picture. You are painting your picture of life, the tapestry of your life, and the broad brush strokes are there. I can see it sort of drawn in. You know, this is like a vista. I'm looking at a natural landscape from up high on a mountain. So challenges to get, while you're walking up this mountain, because mountain represents challenges, but it's like a lovely little lookout that you can sit down and then paint this picture of your life. And it's all about the big picture. So I feel like any job that you accept in 2020, you're going to look at bigger factors than just the money or the move. There might be a move that goes with it, because it's the effect on your family as well. But it makes a beautiful picture and something to be proud of. So there's a real sense of achievement here for you, awesome Aries, in 2020. Okay, I'll just check there's nothing else. Oh, there is like a river next to me flowing down. Bit bumpy at the top, which is probably like the beginning of the year. Could be a few bumps, but the water's cascading down. This is your chi force, your life force in your physical body. It's like as the year goes on, you seem to feel more like you've got more vitality. There's more well-being there. I feel like you're going to get some knowledge about how to improve your health or your well-being in some way in 2020. So do look out for that. Okay, well, that's it in a nutshell. Thanks for listening in, awesome Aries, and I wish you a very happy, prosperous and abundant 2020. Thanks for listening. If you like this video, please give it a like, subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to click the notification bell. Okay, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you again soon. Bye for now. Thanks so much for watching. Please visit my website absolutesoulsecrets.com for all things spiritual.